Hey everybody, welcome back to the Wolfe Pit with another episode of What Are We Eating? I love teriyaki chicken, especially when it's grilled, but I also like it when it's stir-fried with vegetables and served with rice. Salty, slightly sweet, and savory teriyaki sauce is basically a kicked-up soy sauce. But when you marinate or baste your meat with it, it simply turns a simple piece of meat into something special. Teriyaki is a Japanese dish. But as most of you already know, I also love Chinese food. Like spring rolls. They're very versatile and can be filled with any vegetables or meat you like. After the spring rolls are filled and wrapped, they're deep fried to golden crispification, and then served with your favorite dipping sauce or sauces. But in today's society, people don't have the time, know-how, or simply don't want to make chicken teriyaki or spring rolls. So they either go out to a restaurant and eat, get takeout from a restaurant and take it home and eat it, which either way can get very expensive. Or they hit up the frozen food section in their local grocery store, or in my case, my own personal adult playground, the Dollar Tree, where for $1 each, I found Yu Sing's, Asian-style cuisines, teriyaki chicken, and Jennifer's Garden traditional vegetable spring rolls. So I can have a Japanese-Chinese fusion meal for only $2. That sounds like a pretty good deal. Or does it? Well, we're gonna find out. So let's go over Yu Sing's teriyaki chicken meal first, which is white chicken. Wait a minute, does that mean the chicken was white or the meat is white? When they just say white chicken, it makes you wonder if a white chicken's gonna pop out of the box when you open it up. In either case, the white chicken or white meat chicken is in teriyaki sauce with rice, pineapple, broccoli, and carrots. The ingredients list isn't nearly as long as I expected it to be. And at least here, they specified white meat chicken instead of just white chicken. The serving size is the whole package, which has 320 calories, 4 grams of total fat, 0.5 grams of saturated fat, no trans fat, 10 milligrams of cholesterol, 660 milligrams of sodium, 61 carbohydrates, 1 gram of fiber, 10 grams of sugars, and 10 grams of protein. There wasn't a best by date where it was supposed to be, and there wasn't one anywhere on the box. So this might be older than I want it to be, which means I could be risking my life, but it's all worth it, because I do it for you, the people, so you don't have to. You can heat this in the oven or the microwave, and I don't see any beneficial reason to do it in the oven, so I'm going to do it in the microwave. It says to vent the corner of the box, then microwave on high for 2 minutes. After 2 minutes, open the lid and mix everything together. Wow, that's not a whole lot of food, but it did smell pretty good. Then recover the box and cook for another 1 to 2 minutes, and then let it rest for 1 to 2 more minutes. After cooking for 3.5 minutes, our teriyaki chicken meal is ready. And I'll tell you what, calling it a meal is a stretch. Snack? Maybe. Meal? No. That's not enough food to fill a cavity. And the most prominent ingredient besides the rice is pineapple. You kind of think besides the rice, the next main ingredient would be chicken. It is a teriyaki chicken meal after all, right? So I looked around for a piece of chicken, and it was like going on a treasure hunt. I finally found a small piece of chicken, and I could immediately tell it's a foreign piece of meat slurry and not real chicken at all. So I gave it a try, and it was bland and spongy, and it felt like a little bit of nothing in my mouth. I stirred everything around for a bite of rice, carrots, broccoli, and pineapple. I got a spoonful of everything and gave it a try. And the only thing I could really taste was pineapple. Again, not a whole lot of flavor. Then I looked around again for another piece of chicken. Which after looking really hard, I found one more piece. Yeah, that's right, one more piece. So that's a whopping 2 specks of chicken in the whole meal. That's very sad, to say the least, but what do you expect for $1? If you plan on having this as a satisfying meal on its own, you're in trouble. But thankfully, we have a 10-pack of Jennifer's Garden traditional vegetable spring rolls. The spring roll originated in China over 1,000 years ago, originally a cherished dish to celebrate the Lunar New Year. Like the original, the chefs at Jennifer's Garden use a delicate pastry wrap that cooks to a crispy golden brown in today's home ovens. Modern diners in East and West love to dip the rolls in a variety of sauces, including Chinese sauce, Thai sweet chili sauce, or Vietnamese sweet and sour sauce. Full moon or not, these rolls are cause for a celebration anytime. The ingredient list is short and sweet, as it should be, which gets these off to a good start. They say there's 3.5 servings in the package of 10 spring rolls. I'm no mathematician, but if you divide 3 into 10, you're going to get 3 1/3 servings. But I guess that's why they say about 3.5 servings. So per 3 spring rolls, there's 170 calories, 7 grams of total fat, 1 gram of saturated fat, no trans fat, no cholesterol, 540 milligrams of sodium, 23 carbohydrates, 4 grams of fiber, 3 grams of sugars, and 4 grams of protein. These will last a long time in the freezer, actually a couple years. So let's open up the package, see what they look like, and get them heated up. And these don't look bad at all. I was expecting little crumbs of spring roll wrappers all over the place. But everything looks like it really held together nicely. You can bake, pan fry, or microwave these. Microwaving is definitely out of the question, so I had to choose between pan frying and baking. And since earlier in the video, they basically said that these were designed to bake in the oven, I'm going to bake them in the oven. Well, not my big oven, my toaster oven. So these go into a preheated 400-degree oven for 12 to 15 minutes, turning once at the halfway point. After 7 minutes, I flipped them over. And then after cooking at 400 degrees for a total of 15 minutes, our vegetable spring rolls are ready, and they smell really good. So let's get them plated up and give them a try. Just by feeling them, you can tell the wrappers are nice and crispy. But most of them had a slight blowout, but that's not really a big deal because they're not soggy. When I bit into the first spring roll, it was really nice and super crunchy, which is a real nice surprise compared to the last egg rolls I got from the Dollar Tree. They were a soggy mess, but these spring rolls were perfectly crisp. The filling wasn't too bad, but it's the typical frozen egg roll type flavor and texture. I guess you could almost describe the flavor as musty, but not in a horrible way, but a lot different than it would be if it was fresh, obviously. Freezing the already cooked cabbage just changes the flavor and texture a lot. I tried one of the spring rolls in my homemade hot Chinese mustard, and then one in my homemade duck sauce, which definitely helped the flavor and disguised some of the musty flavor. But the mushy and musty flavor did not at all make them inedible. Don't get me wrong, they were still pretty good. So let's go back over the Su Ling Teriyaki Chicken. They say you get what you pay for, but in this case, that's not true. And I can buy a 1-pound bag of rice at Walmart for 88 cents and grab a few free packets of soy sauce, duck sauce, and mustard from my local Chinese restaurant and make 10 times as much rice that actually has flavor. Su Ling's Teriyaki Chicken isn't even close to being worth $1 in quantity, value, or taste-wise. Therefore, it gets a 0 rating. The Jennifer's Garden spring rolls were an absolute bargain for $1. It was a good amount of food that was overall tasty, and the wrappers were magically crispified. They're definitely not the best spring rolls I've ever had, but I've had a whole lot worse, fresh and frozen. I'd buy and eat these again in a pinch, which is why they get a 7 out of 10. If you'd like to help support the Wolfe Pit, consider being a patron. You can pledge as little as $1 a month, that's only $12 for the whole year, or you can pledge more. That's up to you. Either way, every little bit's appreciated and helps me produce more high-quality videos more often for you, the people. Thank you all very much for watching. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.